Hello everyone and welcome to day 3 of Drawtober. Now we are doing 3 drawings every single day, one of my character you see on screen, my sprite, the second one being a prompt from the McKween prompt board, and the last one being a Monster Girl random redesign. If you haven't seen the first few videos of this series, I recommend you go back and look at them, but however, you do not have to. Enjoy the video. Alright, on to the first drawing. Now, just to start off, I obviously threw down a scribble, and I just built it up from there, seeing what pose I saw in the scribble, and started with a really rough sketch just to get the idea across. The idea I had was her sitting on her knees, and she's kind of hunched over, and her hand is holding this rope that is around her neck, and she's got this very kind of like, I don't know if I would use the word shocked, but like a yikes expression, you know what I mean? Now, I did do that rough first sketch, and then I went to do the second, and I decided that sketch was good enough to be my line art, and I liked how clean it was, but still had that sketchiness to it. So that's the one I decided to keep. I like how dynamic this pose is, and very dramatic it is. It's very Katie. I also decided that I would cut the jeans off on the thigh and give her torn pants so we could add like bruises and maybe some blood later. Something I struggled with a little bit, I say struggle loosely, is deciding where that rope would point, because we don't want it pointing away from the focal point of our drawing. We want it to be like a leading thing into the picture. Like if you had to draw a scene where the person was holding a pencil, you wouldn't want to draw that pencil pointing away and having something else, having it leading to something else. You'd be wanting it pointing towards the focal point, if that makes any sense. It's like a leading arrow. It's like leading your eye into the drawing. Coloring really easy. I mean, come on now. I've colored this girl how many times? I think we got this in the bag. And of course, I add blood on the knees and feet and around the rope and hand and some other places subtly. Well, maybe not so subtle, but subtle-ish. And then I tried shading. I'm not sure if shading made this drawing look good. I always see my drawings, I've talked about this with Chrissy the other day, when I look at my finished drawings, I don't see them for what they are. I see the process steps of how it got to that point, if that makes any sense. It's like when I look at the final product, I see the shading. I don't see every step together, if that makes sense. So it's really hard to tell if I like it together, because all my brain is thinking if I liked it without the shading or I liked it with the shading, but it's hard to see. It's just hard to picture. And like I oftentimes just have to trust my gut instinct that like this looks good, because I'll have stared at it for so long that all I see are the steps of how we got here, not whether it looks good or not. So a chunk of me and my art skill is trusting my instinct that I'm making the right decision. And I will say this drawing, I don't know, something is just lost in it, and I don't think I hit the nail on the head. It's a good drawing. I don't like hate it, but I feel it in my tummy that something is missing. I don't know. And I think it's something with the face and the eye. I think it's maybe too dark around the eye. There's just something that, like, I don't know, like staring at me, telling me to change it. However, I'm not mad at this drawing at all. I quite like it regardless of how, like, my brain's like, there's something wrong with this. But I do very much like it. It's very Katie drawing. And I can never turn away a Katie drawing. Now on to the next one. Now this drawing was the prompt Twisted Horns. I went through a lot of my characters. Actually, I went through my whole, well, like, I have a world in my toy house where it's characters that have ref sheets and that, like, I have a bigger attachment towards than, like, other characters. So I've spent more time on these characters somewhat. Some of them, this give or take, but these characters I've worked on more than others. And I put all of those characters into a list, the list of characters that had horns, and I picked this character out of the bunch. She does not have a name. However, she was originally made to be an adopt, but I kept her because I liked her so much. If you look at the rough sheet in the left corner, I don't think I nailed her face shape and like expressions. I don't know. It was very awkward to have to because I drew her quite a while ago to transcribe that style that I had there in that drawing and transcribe it to like my over-the-top liner and make it look good. I don't think I failed, but I don't think I got to the point where I want it to be. I think this little lady still needs quite a bit of work, and her hair needs touched up somehow. I'm not sure. It's not translating well. Like, it's not very readable on her forehead, at least. And for the prompt, she has twisty horns, but since she's got those little ribbons that lace around her horns in her hair, I added it around her horns in the picture and gave her this like, ugh, I can't believe like these have twists around my horns of like, you know, sassiness. I thought that was kind of clever. I don't think it like screams the prompt. It kind of looks like that's just how she looks. But I mean, we know the truth. I actually kind of like the idea of the ribbon around her horns. I feel like that might be added to her design, or maybe in some like scenes of whenever she appears in a plot line, maybe she'll have a story connected to why her ribbon's around her horns. I don't know. I like it. I like it enough to eventually do something with the idea of ribbon around her horns. And line art for this, pretty clean. I did take my time. I will admit that. I took my time, but like I did it very quickly. But like I made sure to be like, I like this. And I limited the design to a bust, of course, because I feel like we've been doing kind of few full bodies, and I think we should limit it just a little bit. And then on to coloring, I kept the same colors as the original. I like the colors of the original. I like how muted her colors are as well. They're not like bold or vibrant. They're just like soft. And of course we just pile on the blood. She's a character that on her design she already has blood on her, but you know, the blood needs to look like it's just sitting on her, and it's just like a part of her, and you know, like it's not new. I guess it could maybe be new, but like she's used to it, if that makes any sense. And that is it for this drawing. I really like this one. I have no complaints. I think it's on prompt, and I think I did a good job. And I definitely want to come back to this character and do some more, probably ref sheet work, if anything, and just nail her face shape, because I think I did make her eyes too big. However, adding to the character's gallery is always a step in the right direction. All right, on to the next drawing. All right, everyone, let's get our randomizer design today. Ooh. Not my favorite thing. This is probably going to be very different from this. I'm going to try it. It'll probably be a stretch though. It'll be something. Let's just try it. What's the worst that could happen? Now for this one. You saw what the randomizer gave us, and let's be real, I did not have high hopes for this, but I was gonna give it my all, and baby, I did. Now, oddly enough, I did so good at this, or so much more better at this than I thought I would. I decided this was gonna be a male character. I just kind of felt that in my being. I don't know, I just liked that. We were gonna keep that kind of curlish hair, but make it kind of a different curl texture. Keep those like hair spikies on the head, but like turn them into horns that are like different, so it's like it resembles the original but isn't the same as the original. Kept the gemstones in the eyes, kept the little cheek horn things. I'm not really sure what those would be called. And we made sure to keep the gloves. I thought that was really funny. We kept the gloves, and I just played around with this design pretty hardcore. I had quite a blast. And, you know, I did keep the tongue as well, the little the like striped tongue. I just tried to make sure that like I put as many elements that were on the thing in the design, but kept them playful. And I'm very glad I didn't use my marker brush, because I think this round brush really helps, at least for like while we're getting like the concept down, it'll help keep him bubbly and not sharp. For the outfit, I kind of got rid of a lot of the frills, but I decided that he would keep kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's giving the same energy. Maybe that's something that's stupid of me to say, but I feel like I kept the energy of the original outfit. Now, since we had those gemstones on the face, I thought it'd be perfect to put them on other parts of the body. So on the left and right arm, and then not on the left side of the stomach and or chest, because I just thought it shouldn't be everywhere, but on the right side. And also giving him a tail. Now, there is a tail in the original, but I did not make it the exact way the original is. I'm not really sure what the original type of tail is supposed to be, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to give him, like, I don't know, it's like a gecko tail, but it's got fluff at the end and it's got gemstones on it. I just wanted it to match the horns and then add that hair color somewhere else on the body. Yeah, because even when I was going into it, I knew like it's gonna be hard to match the hair color somewhere else on it, so we need to make sure there's fluff on the tail, that way that color is there. Now onto coloring. Coloring was probably the most interesting part and what was going to make the design fail or work. And of course I had to use the color palette the colors that was on the original. I don't add any colors. I'm forced to use those colors. I might alter them slightly, but I try not to. Now I had picked the purple to stay on the skin because I wanted to make sure that was a thing. And I took that fleshy pink and also used that on the skin, but also incorporated them into the gemstones, but also added that yellow. So because it would just be silly if all the gemstones were that fleshy pink color. So we needed like some variety. And honestly, there wasn't really any rhyme or reason for the rest of the design and colors. It was just kind of trying to make it work in my mind, and hopefully that would work on the paper. Honestly, this color palette, it's pretty much a rainbow color palette when you look at it. Like there's the pink, which is like the red, and then the fleshy pink, that's more orange, let's be real, but yellow, green, blue, purple, and then the white. We got the whole rainbow here. So realistically, should work. Oh my goodness, I have my TV in like the background playing, like it had my animation pop up of like, well, it had a half and half jump scare and it startled me. And I just finished reading my FNAF book, The Twisted Ones, and that startled me. And like I didn't move or anything, I just stared at it and my like tummy sank and I was like it's like, wait a minute. Then I was like, oh, it's just because I was watching my animations earlier and I just muted it to record this voiceover. Anyway, that is it for this design. This design can we just give Katie a round of applause from going from the original to this? Because like, let's be real, that original concept, girl, that was gonna be difficult. Or that was like, girl, come on now. I think I pulled it out of the bag on this one. I think I did really good. I don't remember if I named him or not. I don't think I named him. If you have any name suggestions, comment them. But he will be going into a different section on my Toy House characters. He is going, typically when I do Monster Girl randomizer redesigns, they turn into mutant characters for my little mutant army. But I actually have a section in my comic or story called The Mineral Mine. And I feel like since he's got gemstones on him, he would be a perfect fit in that category. I have very few characters in that section, so that is very, very helpful to me. So I'm very glad I designed him. And that is all for today. I'm trying to go through these kind of rather quickly in my voiceovers or in the video. So if you don't like that, let me know. If you like me going through them quicker and not explaining stuff like crazily or stupidly, let me know. I just try my best. Plus, my computer and all these drawings and rendering and speeding them up, my computer does not like it. So the faster I can get through the voiceover, the faster I can get the videos out. Now, I am doing the drawings every single day of October, obviously. However, my computer doesn't like to keep up with me. I am too fast for my computer. So the videos will probably end up going into November. So if anyone's like, Katie, you're not posting these daily, I'm trying. It's my computer purely. So I post them as soon as I have them rendered. So it's really the rendering is the issue. So if you're wondering like, wow, these aren't being posted every day, they're also going to be in November. I just want to let you know because I don't think I said that in the beginning. And if you want to join the raffle for this video, the link is in the description. You can join the Discord. You can go on Toy House, all that magic in the description. I love you. I hope you have a great day and bye. Stay safe.